I want you to know that my heart goes out to you. I feel for you. I know the pain you're in. I know the feelings of desperation that you have right now. I know the emptiness that you feel, that void in your life that you feel. Um, but you have to pick yourself back up. You cannot let this breakup define you as a person. Most of the time in relationships, we revolve our world around that other person. We do the same activities, we have the same friends, we get close to their family. And when that is cut out and when that is shut off, it feels like you've lost everything. But you haven't. And you have to remember that. There is going to be times where you feel so very weak and overrun with emotion, and then there'll be times when you feel really strong. So these are my tips on how to do the upslope and how to feel stronger. First and foremost, you cannot be friends with your ex. No matter what anybody says, you cannot be friends with your ex. Not right now, at least. Maybe later on down the road you can be, but that hurt and that pain is going to keep constantly coming out. And if you keep constantly in contact with them and they seem like they're doing okay, it's just going to hurt you and piss you off even more, because you're going to have in the back of your mind, you've crushed me and you're fine. What the heck? And you just don't need that roller coaster of emotion. And that's for you. That's for your self-healing. That's not being mean and saying, I hate you, I don't want to be your friend. It's just a day, 2 days, a month. You cannot just jump right back in and say, okay, we're friends, everything's great, you crushed me, but we're good. You can't do that. The second thing is changing the ringtone to your phone. It's a mental kind of mind game that you can play with yourself, because you're so stimulated by that certain ringtone, especially if you have it for that your ex, a certain ringtone for them, then you need to change it. You need to silence the text message or anything so you don't get really amped up, emotionally, and have all those emotions come flooding you back just as soon as you hear the ringtone. And even with like the name, you want to change the name in it. Like a lot of my different friends have put not so nice things in there, like I don't know, asshole, whatever. But with me, I put no, stop it, you deserve better. So just put that in there. So then if you feel weak and you want to text them or you want to say something, or you think, maybe if I say this, it'll make it better, it won't. It's not going to. Someone is not going to change for you. No matter what they said, no matter how much they said that they loved you, they won't change. They are going to be the same person that they've always been. And if things were bad in the relationship before this, then it will constantly keep going on this way unless you guys go through counseling or something like that. But there's slim to none chance. I'm not trying to be negative about that situation, but you have to make yourself move forward. You cannot sit there and just dwell in the feelings of what if I would have done this, what if I would have done that, maybe we could have worked it out if this was this. And there's so many people of my friends, I see it all the time since I'm into social media so much with Instagram and Facebook, and a lot of people were like, well, I have this disease, nobody's gonna want me. Bullshit. No. The MS does not define you as a person. You still have an amazing heart. And then, even people without the disease, they will say, oh, well, I had this special bond and I'm never gonna find that with somebody else. No, you didn't. If you guys broke up, you didn't have that special fucking bond, just to put it bluntly right there. There was something that they did to hurt you so much, and do you really want to be with somebody like that? If someone can just say, oh, I love you, you're my everything, blah, 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 and then the next day, fuck you, I'm out, peace, I'm doing my own thing, do you want that person back in your life? When we go through a breakup, it's like the trauma from the breakup, our mind wants to focus on all the good things from that person. And we almost put them up on a pedestal. And so my third tip is to write down everything that you hated about the relationship. Everything. Every little detail, every little thing. Put it in a notebook. Nobody ever has to see it, or put it on the notes on your phone too. And as soon as you get, because you're going to have those waves of emotions, and as soon as you see something that reminds you of them, or that you're just like, oh my gosh, this song, I just, look at that list. Look at that list. Keep that list. And then keep another list of the things that you've done on your own, and the things that you feel good about that you don't have to deal with anymore. Even stupid little things like stinky feet, or he didn't put the toilet seat down, or she nagged me all the time. You know, any little things that are like, oh my goodness, that's such a relief that I don't have to deal with that anymore. And then there's so many people that have this vision in their mind that they have a soulmate, and I'm sure you feel that way. I've felt it a couple times. I've been in two very serious relationships and have been hurt and let down by both of them. And the past one is very recent and very raw for me still, so this is part of my healing journey though. So I'm giving you my tips. So I'm not sitting here saying, oh, this is how you get over a heartbreak, and I've never experienced one. No, my life has been one heartbreak after another, with friendships, with parents, with everything. Everything. I'm a master at heartbreak. I know what that feels like. I know the deep and dark spiral that you can go down from it. And it doesn't matter if they break up with you or you break up with them because it was a toxic relationship. You just you go through all these emotions. You get angry because you think, my gosh, I've wasted all this time on this person and invested all this time into them, because both of my relationships were like a decade long. But then you got to think, okay, you've invested all this time in the wrong person. So when you do find the right person, you're going how much love are you going to be able to get in return? Because you've been through all this shit. So you are going to appreciate an actual good person, an actual good relationship, so much more. So much more. I'm telling you what, my first relationship to my second relationship, the second relationship was a little bit better, you know, and I was like, oh man, I feel so grateful. But it was still shit. It was just because it was better than the last one doesn't make it great. So I'm saying, think about the future. Don't dwell in the past and what has happened and what if and this and that and this and that. No, you didn't do anything wrong. You're still an amazing person. And most of the time, especially with women, we invest so much of ourselves, our self-worth, we think, oh my gosh, it's me, I'm ugly, I'm, everything. Men do this though too. But you have to realize that it was just a relationship. It was time for it to end. There was a reason for that. There's a reason for every season in your life, and that was just the time for it to end. As painful as it may seem, it will give you more strength and more self-dignity. A lot of times when you're in a toxic relationship or a not so great relationship, you focus so much of your energy into changing that other person or changing yourself to fit what you think that other person needs, that you neglect yourself so much. I mean, I know I did this really bad, and I didn't know how to function outside of that relationship because it it was a comfort thing though too. And I think a lot of people get stuck with that. It's like, just because it's comfortable doesn't mean it's right. And every good thing happens out of your comfort zone. So you have to know your self-worth, value yourself, know that you're worth a lot more than what the shit you've been through, the hurt that they've put you through. And I see all these videos on YouTube of how to get your ex back, this and that, love spells, all kinds of stuff. I mean, and people go through with this stuff, and they put so much money just into these coaches and trying to get their exes back. Why? Why? The relationship was a freaking disaster. Like, I I know that feeling of those endorphins. Like, you're missing out. Oh my gosh, that love of your life. He's gone, he's gone, he's gone. And you're focusing on all the good times and all this and that. Write down the bad times. I'm telling you, I've wrote almost a whole book of bad times. They're there. There's a reason you guys did not work out. So they are there if you look for them. Don't stay focused on those good times. Just have those as special memories that you got to share, and get your book out. I'm not saying that you need to do this for the rest of your life, because keeping that negativity will be toxic to you. It will poison you and make you bitter, and you don't want to be like that. You want to be open for love. And I know right now you're thinking, oh God, I do not even want to think about being with somebody else. But it will happen, and you can't let your past relationships and the baggage that you carry from that carry on to your next one, because you'll just repeat the same kind of relationship that you have. And do you actually want to go through the same thing again? Do you want to deal with this heartbreak again? No, you want someone that genuinely loves you and would do anything for you, just like you would in return. You deserve that. You deserve so much better. And that's what you need to know, is that what you deserve is so much better than what they're giving you. You are an amazing person, and if they can turn their back on you and just walk away, it's their damn fault. Especially if you have killed yourself trying to help them and be better for them and this and that. I mean, that's their fault. They've lost someone very good. And I'm telling you right now, I would never make any type of video of, how to get your ex back or this or that, because I really don't think you should ever. But being like this and focusing on yourself, he or she is going to come back around, and they're going to try to get back with you because you are positive, you are a light, and they're going to get over their anger or whatever they want to hold against you, and they will come back around and try to get back in with you. And you need to stop it right there, because they're looking at you like, oh wow, she built herself back up. She is a good person. She's really strong. I need that back in my life. They want to suck you dry again. So no, don't do that. Don't fall for that shit either. I know it might sound a little harsh, but you have to do that. And watching all like the videos of how to get over heartache and step by step and this and that, and don't do this and don't do that. Don't beat yourself up if you mess up. If you have a moment of weakness and you text him or her and you're like, oh my goodness, I miss you so much, I love you, I can't do it without you. Don't be like, oh my God, I'm such a failure, I'm so desperate looking. That's normal. You're gonna go through these emotions, and it's just a process, and you have to let yourself go through that process. And the more you beat yourself up and try not to think about them, the more you're going to think about them. Because if I tell you, I'm thinking about a daisy right now, you just pictured a daisy in your head, not a sunflower, not anything else, but a daisy. So if you're constantly saying, oh, don't think about this person, don't think about this person, don't think about this person, you're going to think about them. So just try to do more healthy activities. Do the stuff that your ex hated doing and you love doing, but you would put it off because you didn't want to upset him, or because he wouldn't go with you, she wouldn't go with you. Do the stuff that you love. Be you again. Be comfortable with you again. And the other thing is, too, all these people want to put stereotypes, especially on women, men too, of how long after a relationship is it okay to move on? And will they be a rebound and this and that? I'm not telling you to go out and look for love at this point, but get yourself out there. That'll help build up your confidence too. I know, because I've been there, I've done it. You want to lay around and just wallow in bed and feel sorry for yourself, but who's that hurting? Is that hurting him or her? No, she's out living her life and doing whatever. So you need to get yourself out there, get yourself feeling better about yourself. Go to the gym, do a craft, do anything. I mean, I'm telling you, anything and everything. Binge watch that show on Netflix that you wanted to watch, but he or she would not watch with you. Do whatever you want, but just get out and be social and meet new people. It's really hard whenever you're in a long term relationship and you have the same circle of friends. So try to get out of your comfort zone and meet new people, just to be friends, even. So you have different friends. So then the old friends are not a constant reminder of your ex, because that's not going to help either. And just focus on the good things in your life. Focus on, that this is going to make you stronger, that this is the plan of your life. And no matter how hard you try, do you really want your ex back? Really? Really? Was the relationship that amazing? There's some cases that, yeah, it was a stupid fight and it should have never happened, and you guys are meant to be together, you're soulmates, whatever. But that is like a 1% chance out of 100, and most of the time it's just because the relationship was toxic. And whether it was you or it was him or it was her or any relationship, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Don't hold on to that anger. Just try to keep your mind occupied. And the longer you do this, the longer you try. And I'm not saying you have to erase those memories, because they're not going anywhere. But the longer you try to withhold those positive memories for right now, the easier it will be for you. And then you will be able to reflect and say, well, oh, I had a really good time when we went here, and I had a really good time. And maybe even eventually you can text them up and say, hey, how you doing? Let's go get coffee and just talk. I my ex, one ex, I haven't talked to him in 10 years, and I just recently started talking to him again, and we can joke around and laugh about things from the past. But the one thing that I've noticed is dude never changed. He's still the same guy, and I would not want to get back with him. So, my point being is, there's a reason. There is somebody, all these people in this world, there is somebody else out there for you that is so much better. It might not seem like it now. It's so much pain. You don't want to think about being with somebody else or going through the work of starting over and this and that. So many people want to dwell on that too. Don't think of it as work. Think of it as fun. You're going to have those butterflies again. You're going to have that amazing feeling of, and this time it's going to be better, because you're going to know those red flags from your past relationships. This time it's going to be better. I'm telling you. As long as you don't run out and try to fill that emptiness in you with somebody else right away. I'm not saying that you can't go date, but I'm saying don't try to jump in and be like, oh, I love you, move in with me. No, don't do that, because that'll just send you right down the same path you've just taken, and with the same kind of turnout. So, what you need to do is focus on you. be selfish as hell because you have focused on this other person and exhausted yourself from emotion from this other person. Don't let them take anything more from you. Don't dwell on it anymore. Because as hurt as you are an amazing person. And you have a lot of people in your life that love you. And don't focus on what you've lost. Focus on what you can gain from it. Focus on improving yourself and focus on putting out the vibes so then you get a better person to come to you in your life. Don't, work off of desperation and hurt, because that right there is going to give you the same relationship again, and you're going to get hurt again. You want somebody that loves you just as much as you love them and would do anything for you and wouldn't, just bail on you. You want somebody that just, I don't like the term complete you, because I really truly believe any healthy relationship, you need to be your own person still. So, but just that partner in crime, that partner in life, that's what every one of us want. We want that. We want that feeling like somebody's there by our side. But, it doesn't have to be. You can be that for yourself and just know that you're amazing and you did nothing wrong. And don't dwell on why. What if I did this? What if I did that? No, it'll drive you crazy. It ended. There was probably many reasons, and a lot of them have to do with you too. And you have to think of that. Like with me, I allowed things to go on. I allowed things to happen. I didn't put up the boundaries that I should have. I let those down. I let my guard down. I let people in that I shouldn't have. And I let them affect me in ways that I shouldn't have. So just remember that we are born alone and we die alone. And anybody that gets to share our life in between is a miracle, because you're amazing. In God's eyes, He created you, and He's telling you right now from this breakup that there's something better for you, that you have something better in store for you. Someone is going to come along after you are done healing that broken heart of yours, and you feel like, oh, I can breathe again, and that weight is lifted off you from all that pain, that you're going to shine so bright. And just let it go. Let it go. Stay away from that ex. Block him out of your life, social media, everything. Stay away from him, just for right now. You can't dwell on the past. Look towards your future. Make things happy in your future. Think about yourself. Buy yourself some new clothes. Don't get a haircut or tattoo. I don't suggest that, because, when your emotions are high, you make some crazy decisions. So no, don't do that, because then you might just cry even more. But yeah, change your wardrobe. Get some new makeup. Get some new tennis shoes for the guys. Go out and buy the car the wife never wanted you to have. And do things for you that make you feel good, that they never wanted to do or were willing to do. Just be you and be comfortable being you. And just please don't dwell on that sadness. Don't do that. Don't let them have that. They've already hurt you enough. Do not let them have the rest of your goodness, because it's in there and you'll find it. It'll be shining for everyone to see after that heart is mended of yours. And He'll come along and He'll make you happy and He'll make you smile again. It's not the end of the world. So, anyways, I love you all, and I hope that you listen to what I'm saying, because I hate seeing people in pain. it's sad that we have to go through this pain, but the pain does make us stronger and wiser, and that's what you have to focus on. Focus on the positives. You learned a lesson, move on from there. I love you all.